Yoshiboy trying to refresh his save file with another save file, and they're off. All right, so yeah, it's been a while since I've been on commentary, but we're back. We're ready for more talking over a game. So yeah, Luigi's Mansion. For those of you who are not quite familiar with it, Luigi's Mansion is the first ever GameCube game released. It was the launch title for the GameCube. It was essentially a tech demo that was made into an actual game, and so yeah, it didn't do too well at first, but it's got a following. It's great. It's great. But yeah, we're gonna go fast in this 2001 GameCube game. And as you can see right here, we're gonna start sucking up the ghosts. You may have noticed that they went to actually go to the second option when they went to go talk to EGAD in his lab, and that is the hidden mansion. So after you beat the game once on a new save file and you save the game, you will get an option for the hidden mansion as opposed to the normal mansion. And what that does is it makes the vacuum 1.5 times more powerful. So not only that, but on the US version and well, actually any other version, it has double damage. The PAL version Hidden Mansion is quite different, actually. It's its own separate category. But on Japanese, for whatever reason, there is no double damage, so it's a bit easier. And not only that, but we also play the Japanese version because it's faster for text. And it's also got a couple other specific glitches to the region, seeing as that was the first version released. So right off the bat, we see Yoshiboy is having a pretty solid Area 1 so far. iMartz missing the last double in the anteroom, which is the second room we're in. And so now we're in the wardrobe room. And normally, because we already saw some ghosts being caught in a double, but now we're no longer seeing ghosts in a double. We're seeing the first double that we should have got is actually singles, and there's a reason for that. So if you collect those first two ghosts in the room in a very specific order, which is basically just you collect the right one first and then the left one, that'll make the second double spawn faster. So yeah, we do that, and they're leaving with pretty decent times, pretty good times. So yeah, they're not too far apart from each other. Area 1 is mainly just about optimization on suck-ups and all that in order to go really fast. There isn't any really RNG in this part yet. It's beginning of the game, it's letting you off easy for now. But now we're coming up to the part of the mansion where we'll see some new ghosts that we haven't seen before. These are the portrait ghosts, and each of them have 100 HP. They each have their own personality, unlike the other ghosts where they're just generic ghosts. These are actually, like, they're different. They have, you know, they have different characteristics. They're all shaped differently. They've all got names. So the first one we just caught was Neville, the father of this family with a baby, and apparently twins. So they have apparently 3 kids. We won't see the twins until Area 3. We're currently in Area 1 right now, so it's gonna be a little bit of time. But so we're catching Lydia right here, and what made her tick was you had to actually go and move the curtain away, revealing a broken window, which will bring in a draft and ruin her hair, so then she'll get all upset, and then her hair will just be all over the place, so then she'll show her heart. It's things like this that you have to do to try to figure out what's going on. You can also help figure out by scanning their heart with the Game Boy Horror. And ooh, Martz is that Chauncey, that rocking horse. He pulled back a bit too early a couple times actually, which is unfortunate. So that's putting Yoshiboy a bit more in the lead. So I should probably mention this. iMartz actually has a PB of 59 minutes and 32 seconds, whereas Yoshiboy has a PB of an hour and 48 seconds. So they're not too far off with their PBs, but as you can see right now, Area 1 is... Well, anything could happen in the race, anyways. So right there, we're gonna actually do a specific way. So what they're doing right there is they're actually holding the vacuum in a very specific spot, and at the last second, they're pulling down the control stick so that when the balls spawn to hit Chauncey, this one particular ball will actually always land in that same spot, which you'll be able to catch it. If you do it the right way. And for the second one, we are going to be hitting ourselves intentionally with the rocking horse to get invincibility frames, and we're prolonging the invincibility frames by knocking on the wall in order to just have the ball land in our vacuum instead of actually getting damaged by it. So, yeah, the reason why we also let go of Chauncey a little bit above 50 HP is because if you try to, you cannot one cycle Chauncey. It's two cycle is the only thing possible. One cycle, the closest it's ever been known about is supposedly 2 HP, and that was with Taz, Tools and Speedrun methods, but I've never actually seen footage. I've only seen footage of like 8 HP, including myself doing that on emulator. But yeah, Chauncey's, I guess, his timer for his breaking off very specific, so you can actually quite manipulate him for right now, at least, until we somehow miraculously find a way to one cycle Chauncey. Oof, my voice. It's a bit rough, but kind of pulling through. Alright, so now we're going into Area 2, and we're going to be introduced into some other aspects of the game, including RNG, which is, well, there's a good amount of RNG in this game, so... Alright, so you're seeing right there that Yoshiboy intentionally lived one of the grabber ghosts, which is a new type of ghost we are seeing. Basically, we're intentionally getting grabbed by them and then shaking it off really quick so that one of them can get to the other one really close so we can get a double. It's fast. We'll be seeing it a few more times throughout the run. And now we're going to the ballroom. We're going to knock on the wall first. That's fine. It's fine. So yeah, Shy Guy doubles you can get pretty easily considering the fact that they're like really close to each other. And right after this, after they finish all the Shy Guys, we're going to be going to another Portrait Ghost, which can give a 10-second advantage or disadvantage. So the Floating Rolindas, which we're at right now, they can show their heart 10 seconds early compared to normal. And it's all just RNG. Yoshiboy did not get it. They would have shown it around there when I noticed it. They would have got it around there. See if Martz gets it. Martz does not get it. Okay, so no one has an advantage or disadvantage. So it's... yeah. So Martz would have wanted to get that to catch up and possibly even surpass Yoshiboy. So, yeah, I was gonna say something, but I forgot now. Anyways, we're going to the storage room, and we're gonna attempt to put our vacuum through the wall and suck up a poster. The poison mushroom, oh, okay, he played it safe. He didn't want to, yeah. So the poison mushroom, you can lose like 10 seconds off of that by getting hit, because Luigi will be in a smaller state, and you cannot actually vacuum anything or interact with anything, pretty much. So, the reason behind the whole pulling that poster through the wall is what was known as the poster skip, and it was found by Jared's Giants and the old school LM runner V-Man 3000, and they found that if you stand a certain spot away from the poster, you can actually suck it up, and them later finding out that you could actually do it through the wall. So, yeah, it saves like about 3 seconds. It was faster.
Luigi, pen pen, udo, omga, Luigi, o soito, temaka, ui, soito, sike sike. Ui, soito, soito, suku suku suku, sike sike, mochi gigagi, ui, umaka, tame no tatei, hei, su.
So we're talking to EGA right now. Text is a bit faster because we're on Japanese, and they're both on Japanese, so there's no disadvantage from text. So, in comparison to US, Japanese is like 20 seconds faster. And that's mainly because of text. Although there, like I said, there is like a Japanese exclusive glitch. So they released the boos, so now we're gonna try to find where the boos are. My thing cut out. Alright. There's no audio. Alright, so Yoshiboy. Okay, so we got the text skip, and iMartz3 gonna go for it too. So text skip with a boo. So essentially what happens is that if you suck up a boo and right after you do that you suck up a cloth, the last thing that was registered in your vacuum is the cloth. So we'll skip the EGAD calling you event. I'm gonna switch to iMartz, see if I can actually hear his audio. Most of it just cut out for me. I don't know what's going on. I think this might be a stream issue. I switched to iMartz and still I don't hear anything. I don't know if you guys can hear the game audio or not, but yeah. Switch back to Yoshi, I guess. Oh no, actually iMartz is in the lead. Never mind, so it was right for me to do that anyways. Yeah, alright, I see. Okay, so, anyways. So yeah, with the boos, you'll notice that they're catching them quite differently compared to how you would in normal play. And oh, Yoshi, no. Okay, so that sucks for Yoshi. Let me quickly explain. What they're doing is known as the art pump strat, the boost strat. And pretty much what you do is you hold an R and L at the same time, and then let go of R after every 10 HP you suck off the boo, and then you quickly repress it right after. So yeah. Okay, Yoshi, I don't know. So he could actually go to Area 1 right now, but he's paused, he's confused. He could actually go to Area 1 and get one of the hallway boos. He reset his timer. I think he might have forfeit. Looks like in the chat, I think he forfeit. Alright. So, I guess unless he want to continue, he wants to just continue the run without timer, and then have a kind of like a quick retime. That he could, I guess, maybe do so, but I don't know. Like he could have actually. I think he could still undone in the SRL room, so he could actually probably do that and continue on. So, anyways, iMartz is going to be getting this boot and getting the fire element metal at the same time, and in doing so, he's going to suck it up, and then because we got the boo, Egad's going to call first before you get the call for Egad from the fire medallion. So because he talks to you about the boo and asks if you want to save, you can save and then reset. And in doing so, you skip the entire event of Egad calling you for about the fire medallion, and then you also skip having to unlock the mirror room where you were by lighting the candles in there. So yeah, it saves a good amount of time. It's a bit risky if you're not sure quite how to handle the boo, but yeah, just gotta learn. Alright, so I guess I'll just mark that as a forfeit, unfortunately. Well, GG's anyways. So I guess March will just be continuing on with this run. We'll just see how we play Luigi's Mansion fast. So we're in the laundry room right now. We actually lit up the candles for this butler in the hallway, and we have to wait for him to go to the his room, the butler room. I think it's like the workshop room or something. I know most of the room names, but that one kind of throws me for a loop sometimes. But anyways, going to finish the laundry room and then try to get the hat at the same time that the chess cutscene starts to play. So then you will skip the chess cutscene, but I don't think iMartz actually got that. So then from there, what he did was he went to the room here and then activated the mouse hole, so that the Japanese exclusive glitch right there, as you saw, was the text skip to go into the mouse hole. And if you did that on US or PAL, what would just happen is Luigi would just stand there and then do his little spinning the vacuum nozzle animation, but then he would start to get sucked up and then get called by Egad. And then once you finish talking to Egad, then you get sucked back into the mouse hole. So apparently, to give a quick update to anyone who's just joining, Yoshiboy forfeit because he lost the 5th boo that he needed. So that was just a quick what happened here. So we're just watching iMartz play this game fast. Yeah, he had 0 HP, which actually really sucks too. It just adds insult to injury. Right, so now we're at Melody Pianissima in the conservatory, and what happens is you activate all of her instruments, and then they'll start playing the Super Mario Brothers overworld theme. And what happens here is that Pianissima will actually give you 1 or 2 songs to play. It was like a quick mini game to guess which one she'll play, and she'll only play 1 or 2 songs: the Super Mario Brothers Underwater theme or the Super Mario Brothers 3 Athletic theme. iMartz got the Super Mario Brothers Underwater theme, which is a third of a second faster because of the text box. I previously had said that it was faster because of having to hit up on the control stick to select Super Mario Bros. 3. However, I was informed that I was in fact incorrect. So yes, that is why it's a third of a second slower to get Super Mario Bros. 3, is because there's just an extra line of text. So then he gets the boo, and now we're going to go into the kitchen and get the second element from the game, the water. There's 3 elements in the game, actually, so we've already got the first one, fire. We're about to get the second one, which is water. Then we'll, in Area 3, early Area 3, we're going to be getting the last one, which is ice. And we have to use these for different certain things. Of course, you saw we had to use fire to light some candles in some rooms, and for the butler. The water, right off the bat, you'll notice that off to the left side of this room, if you've already seen it, unless if it was just quick glance, you might not have seen it, there's a door on fire. The mansion is still surprisingly up somehow. It's not even like burnt down to the ground. But yeah, so you just have to put out the fire door. There's also one other fire door throughout the mansion, so yeah, mansion's still alive. It's a ghost mansion. Ghost fire, I don't know. But the iMartz actually got pretty nice RNG for the boo right there. And so now we're going to the backyard, actually, whatever this is, with Spooky the dog. And so what's going to happen here is they're going to dodge Spooky's attacks twice, but then get hit the 3rd time. In doing so, you'll spawn a skeleton ghost named Mr. Bones, just faster, because normally from just dodging Spooky's attacks alone, you'll have to dodge it 4 times before the Mr. Bones will spawn. So now he's going to go into the doghouse warp there because, you know, Nintendo logic, it's great, it's amazing. And now we're in the graveyard. Going to get some skeletons right here. And get them in a double. It's fast. It's really fast, actually. Then we're going into the second boss of the game, which is Bogmire. And this boss can be a bit of a struggle to newer runners, and even sometimes can give even veteran runners a bit of a hassle. So you can get Bogmire in one cycle, but depending on the way it works, sometimes he'll just start dragging you. Sometimes you'll have full control of him. If he starts dragging you, instead of tapping the opposite direction to get, you know, every 10 HP, they suck up fast. And instead of doing that, you can actually hold the opposite direction in order to regain control, even for a little bit. You might have to do that accordingly in order to get the one cycle. Sometimes you can get lucky and get a really fast one cycle. Also, I think someone might have subbed or followed to iMartz. I saw a notification, so thank you for supporting iMartz. He really appreciates that. Oof. They get a 2-cycle Bogmire, got away at 10 HP. He was dragging quite a bit. Missing the Shadow Bogmire shot. But he gets a 2-cycle, it's fine. It's fine. So 2240, 2239 maybe for Bogmire. So not bad, not bad. Again, I do apologize. We seem to be having technical difficulties with the audio. I guess it's not playing right now. I've tried to rectify it, but I can't actually do anything. Right, so anyways, we're going to go to Area 3 right now, and going through the hallway right now, just imagine Luigi whistling the Luigi's Mansion theme. Because in the dark room, he'll hum the theme, but in a light room, he'll whistle it. Because, you know, he's always a lot more confident when there's lights on. Poor Luigi, he has to go through all this just to save Mario. That's the main premise of the game, is to save Mario. And we're actually, speaking of which, we're going to find out what's happened to Mario really quick. We're going to go through this lion's head in the bottom of a well, look through this mysterious room. Oof. Okay, this room's looking odd. It's looking weird. It's chandeliers and things, and Mario's in the painting. What? What? Oh, this always got me when I was younger playing this. I was just like, dude, Mario, what? No! It was so weird, but it was like, oh. Made me really feel bad for him, dude. But, yeah. So then after doing that, the ceiling surprise ghost, which is that long ghost that hangs upside down, the ladder-colored one, specifically is called the ceiling surprise ghost. The purple one is the purple bomber, as it drops a bomb, and what's also purple. But yeah, so the ceiling surprise ghost will spawn a key after you watch that cutscene. So in order to do that, of course, you know, once you get the key, you will be able to go to this room he's in right now, the Biff Atlas room, and we're going to get this key from the treadmill. So we can go to the other door right to the left there, and he's going to shoot some water through the ceiling to shoot out the other fire in this door here, and that's the only other fire door. So, yes. Oh yeah, so I noticed Jay asked in the chat, what's up with the no Game Boy horror? So yeah, it's a newer thing. It was like about like last year or something, that was found by Michael T00, where if you reset the console at the same time that you pull up the Game Boy horror, you will disable it in any event. So if you hit the Y button, it will not actually show the Game Boy horror, saving you a bit more time. This was a complete accident, but then it was decided again, or by the community, that it's actually allowed. So yeah, just a little faster time save. There are two ways to set it up. Most of them go for the setup with the training room, where you mash certain text and hold an XB and start to soft reset the console. And then at the same time, you're mashing A and Y in order to ensure that you will get the skip. I believe Zircon is right. I remember watching him, I'm like, what? What's happening? Is he going faster? I don't know. It was insane, but it works. And it's like, dude, wow. Alright, so now we're going to, we've already done, so we've got the third and last element, ice, and we use that on Miss Petunia, who's taking a hot bath right now, so we'll freeze her with the ice, showing her heart, and now we're in Nana's room, shooting her with her yarn balls, and she shoots laser out of her eyes for whatever reason. Nintendo, again, with that fine logic, it's great, it's amazing. Nintendo is great. Alright, anyways, I'll stop, you know, I'll stop fanboying over Nintendo or something like that. Anyways, we're gonna get this Boo, and you might notice that the Boo acts a bit differently when we're art pumping with ice in our vacuum. So pretty much when you freeze a Boo, it'll stay in place for a little bit. This is a bit of a hint. You might need to know this for the boss for Area 3. So which we'll be seeing in a little bit. Right now we're gonna go get some more fire, and then we're gonna go to the astral room, or the astral hall actually. There's some candles right here, and there's a star in the middle of the floor. We're gonna perform a satanic ritual essentially with these candles. Stand in the center of the star. I say satanic ritual because, like, you know, the whole thing with the pentagrams and all that. You light the candles, and then it's really creepy stuff. But yeah, we're gonna just, instead of that, we're gonna spawn some ghosts, get them in doubles, and just go fast, essentially. Now there are 3 ghosts. iMartz is going for the triple, which is like half second faster or something like that. But so it's not really like, not necessarily worth it unless you really want to like go extremely fast. But at the same amount of time, if you're not confident with it, you can get the triple, and then you lose it, you'll end up losing more time than you actually thought you would have saved. Oh, iMartz3 boo is going out into the hallway at like 18 HP. 17 actually. Alright. So he's going back into Nana's room, which isn't actually too bad. What he could have done is he could have gone into the ant room, which is the second room we got into in the game. So what he would have gone to do there was he would have had to in that case he would have had to wait to get that boo until area 4. But lucky for him, we got the boo to go into Nana's room. So now we're just gonna make our way back into the Astral Hall and even further on. So keeping up with the whole astral like star theme, going to the observatory. It's just this little room that's got some things, you know, observing space, because space is right next to the mansion. Actually, it's located within the mansion. You go inside, and all of a sudden space is there. And the moon's conveniently right there, also in the mansion. So we're just going to be gazing at the moon, just looking at it, saying, hey, it's cool. For some reason, Luigi gets the bright idea to suck up one of these comets and shoot the moon with it, because that's what you have to do. You have to blow up the moon and probably cause chaos all over the world with these ocean levels going all over the place. But we're blowing up the moon with a comet anyways, and he did that quite fast, actually. He got damaged by the first one, but he was able to get it with the second one. Now we're going to get the star from doing so, and I probably should have also mentioned this. We're going to be getting 5 of Mario's items. So normally there's a toad right after the cutscene where you see Mario in the painting. There is a toad you can talk to in the courtyard where the well is, and there's this toad hiding in this little shack, and you can talk to him, and he says that, like, okay, so he found 5 of Mario's items, and he was saying, like, oh yeah, like, I think someone can help with this. You can help someone with this. And then there's this other ghost named Madame Clairvoyant, which we'll be getting to pretty soon, actually, who will tell us something about Mario with each of the items you give her. And there are 5 items. There is the Mario's hat and letter, star, which the 3 of those we've gotten already. And there's also the shoe and the glove. So we're going to get the shoe right now from this projection room. Gonna get some of these grabber ghosts, however, they are invisible, much like the ones in the mirror room. However, we won't be able to see them from the mirror, so we're just gonna have to follow their shadows and try to guess where they are. And you can only see their shadows when Luigi's flashlight is on. Got a triple. That's fast. That's the way you do it to go fast. Got the boo first try. Fine. Nice. Really nice, actually. Having a bit of a battle with it, but he still managed to pull through. It's fine. So we're going to warp through this mirror, and then we're going to go back to the Area 1 hallway. So considering the fact that you only get boos when they're lit up in these rooms, we didn't actually get these until just now, because in Area 3, from Nana, the key will actually lead back to this Area 1 hallway for the twins room. And in doing so, of course, you have to get the twins and the boo from there as well. So you might as well just get all these boos while you're getting the twins. So, of course, you get them in order, doors. Now we're going to the twins room. We're going to spin this mobile around a few times. And in doing so, they'll make these twins spawn. And then they're going to ask us if we want to play hide and seek. Luigi's just like, alright, sure, whatever. And he has to leave the room while they go make preparations. Then you come back in once they're all done, which is right as soon as you leave the room. And so what he's going to do right now is, instead of actually guessing where they are, we're going to use the vacuum. And whenever you see one of the boxes shake with a vacuum or the element, that lets you know that the twin's in there. That's actually a hint from a book from the first Poltergeist Neville's study. If you knock on the back wall in a certain spot, you'll read a certain book, and it'll tell you about this particular thing with the twins. Also, you notice that one of them flies a plane and the other one rides a car, and that is because, well, they're twins. They like, they like these things. And in the U.S. version, they're named Henry and Orville after Henry Ford and Orville Wright, two of the American icons who invented actually the Model T car and the airplane. So, pretty much, yeah. Alright, so now we're done with that. We're gonna get the shoe, and then we're gonna leave. We're gonna go to Chauncey's room. We're gonna get the boo there. Then we're gonna go to Lydia's room, get the boo there, and then we're gonna go talk to Clairvoyant and see what the deal is with all this, Mario item things, and see what's going on with Mario. And if she can give us a bit more of an insight as to what's happening. Okay, so what iMartz would have wanted to get there was the text skip with the bed sheets, but unfortunately he didn't pull off right enough or something. So yeah. Now we're gonna go to Mount Clairvoyant, as I just said, and we're gonna light up our crystal ball with the flashlight. Alright, so now we're talking to Clairvoyant, and in the Japanese version, it's about a minute and a half of mashing. So it's 15 seconds faster than the US version. So already that's a good chunk of that time is where time save is from this text mashing. And it can be a bit straining on the arms or whatever, however you mash. If you mash relatively slow, you could probably do it fine. But if you try to mash faster, like with your arms or something, of course your arms will probably end up hurting after some time of just mashing. I like to try to take breaks where I can in there. So we read all of Mario's info. Clairvoyant is just telling us already some of what we know and some of what we didn't know. But of course, it's Japanese. We can't read that. Well, I can't read that. If someone knows Japanese, of course, they can obviously read that. Anyways, yeah. So, getting the key will bring us to the Safari room. On our way there, though, we're going to grab some ice from the tea room, which is where we first got the ice medallion. In doing so, we have to do that because we have to suck up some ghosts which have an element inside them, the water element, and the water is counteracted by the ice. Consider the fact that if when you freeze water, it becomes ice. So yeah, it's logic like that. If much like how when you put out the fire door with the water, put out the fire. Yeah. There are also other elemental ghosts, of course, with the fire and ice elements. We saw that the ice element from the ghosts in the treasure room. Also, you might have heard that weird sound. That was from my water heater kicking on. So yeah. So he's gonna like spray ice for a little bit before it actually spawns. So in doing so, he'll get rid of the element on the first frame that the ghost actually spawns. In doing so, you won't have to wait for him to lose 5 health, and also get rid of the element, which is obviously a lot faster. Maybe not like minutes of time save, but you know it's considerably faster, especially when you add it all up together. So we're gonna get the boo and then the key right after. So now we're gonna go to the third boss of the game. So again, like I said, with the boo, the whole thing with the boo, and when you freeze a boo, it'll like stun itself in place for a little bit, but then it'll break off after some time. There's a ring of just 15 boos. They're all just having a little dance, whatever. And now they're trying to scare Luigi. They're doing their little boo thing, and now he's being surrounded by the boos. And he's like, "Oh, this is really bad. I really should not be doing this." He's gonna rotate in a circle because he can't believe what's happening right now. And he gets just teleported up into the sky from the boos. So now what's happening is he's all of a sudden transported into an arena form of the balcony, looking up, seeing this ginormous boo coming crashing down at him, so he's going to run out of the way right quick. And then we're going to go on to Boolossus. And so basically what's going to happen here is we're going to have to get Boolossus to hit the unicorn horn, as he just did right there. And normally this is really hard to do casually, or considerably hard at least. So with a speedrun strat, you can do a setup where you can walk backwards with the vacuum, and then after some time, shoot an ice ball to get most of, if not all of the boos. Maybe looking like, yeah, he's going to get a 2 cycle. So he has 3 boos left. So he's going to just want to vacuum the rest of the losses into the horn again. And so when you had originally 15 boos, you could have just freed them easily, but once they started like weakening in numbers, they're a lot more scared of the ice. So what you want to do is you want to hold the vacuum and kind of be away from them, facing the opposite direction most of the time. In order to do, and once you do that, you will actually cause them to attack you, and you can move out of the way really quick and then freeze them with the ice. So yes, you can 1 cycle Boolossus. That's of course, it's the fastest thing to do. So pretty much it's run down like this. First boss, Chauncey, 2 cycle. Second and third boss, Bogmire and Boolossus, 1 cycle. And the final boss is 2 cycle again. So yeah, it's pretty much the rundown of these cycles. And if you put it all together, it's the Rush song 2112. I think it's like 2 parts or something. I don't know. So now we're in Area 4. I'm gonna get the fire real quick. And we're going up to the roof. Or not the roof. I do apologize, that's not quite yet. We're going up to the balcony once again. And that boss key that we got from Boolossus will unlock a door on the balcony. But something else is going to happen as well. So as you just saw, some lightning struck the top of the mansion, and now it's in a complete blackout. So now Luigi's scared. He doesn't know what to do. He gets on the call and say, "Hey, what's going on? The blackout happened. Like, what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "You try to like turn the power back on, I guess." And so now like, Luigi's gonna try to go to the basement. However, if he tries to go there, the room that was previously unlocked before, the break room, is now locked. So now you have to go get the key, which is apparently in the wardrobe room. And a guy named Uncle Grimly is actually watching over the key, I guess. I don't know. But he's just kind of just standing there in front of the mirror all creepily, like. And this is RNG, depending on when he'll show his heart. So right there, he could have showed his heart as soon as he walked in, which would be Instagram. But now he actually showed it really fast, so he didn't even lose time at all from doing so. So like I said, you could either be as fast as soon as you walk into the room, he'll show his heart, or the longest known time for Grimly to show his heart is 47 seconds. And I believe that longest Grimly world record is held by a man named HT Delta. It's quite long, and of course, you know, with RNG being that bad, it's gonna ruin your pace if you're on a really good pace, even still. So you're gonna hope that you get really good Grimly. And most of the time, you don't get too long of a Grimly, but there's those times. There's those times where it'll just throw you for a loop and then just make you lose a good amount of time. I don't know. It's not good. Not good. I want to say it's kind of rare, though, for something like a 40-second Grimly to happen, though. So iMartz is going to set up for a double right here, and unfortunately, he was a bit further away from that other one on the other side of the fence, the metal fence there. So he ended up despawning, so he just had to get the other one as a single. And we're going to find the Boo. He's in this shelf. And, okay, so with some of these objects, like a heart or certain like types of money, like a gold bar, oh, that was so close to leaving. He could have got to the hallway. He just barely clutched out that Boo. That was nice. But yeah, as I was saying, something like a heart or anything like a gold bar, a gem, a poison mushroom, which is something you especially don't want to run into. Things like that will, even pearls, will auto-lock, make the vacuum auto-lock onto those specific objects. So if you're trying to catch a Boo and there's some pearls in the way, the vacuum will just automatically divert it towards the pearl, so the Boo will get away. Or at least try to, unless if you decide, you know, what you're going to do in order to counteract that. It can be a pain sometimes. Sometimes you have to actually clear out the pearls if you just want to be safe and not have the Boo leave. Sometimes, especially if there's like a poison mushroom kind of in the way, sometimes you just can't actually avoid it. You just gotta know how things work and just hope for the best, really. Getting scared by that bowler ghost right there, the yellow ghost, is actually RNG as well. As far as I'm concerned, it's RNG. That's what I was told, at least. Sometimes you'll walk through there and you won't get scared. Sometimes you will, though. It's weird. I don't know. I thought there was like a certain way you could actually prevent it from happening, but it's just random. So now we're in the toy soldiers room. Actually, the clockwork room. I think that's what it's called. And there's these toy soldiers here, and it's basically like, you know, like those wind up things, those wind up toys where you just, you know, you wind them up in the back. But however, you're winding them up so much, you're actually unwinding them to the point where their winds fall off, and then you can start sucking them up. And there's 3 of them. You can get a double, which is faster, and ultimately, you know, I guess the fastest would be to get a triple, but takes a little bit of time to set that up, and plus it's also extremely risky to do that. Really, in any real-time run, the fastest you could actually just do it is the double, because it's not even like worth it to go for the triple, because I'm pretty sure that just loses time. So there was some Shy Guys doing like a tribal dance around the campfire on the roof. You just ruined their whole dance, their whole Shy Guy jamboree. It's not quite a Scuttlebug jamboree, but it's close, I guess. Anyways, so that's like the safest way is to burn them all with the fire. If done optimally, the fastest way you could do it is by burning them all at once, and then getting them into a group near you, and then sucking off their masks, and then getting them in a sextuplet combo. But of course, it's quite hard to do that optimally. So most, if not like a very good majority of the runners just do that. Sorry, I actually hit the key in order to talk. Alright, so Mart's having a little bit of trouble. He's knocking on the wrong knight. He's just gonna burn that dude. So he wanted to get like a double there, I guess. No, he's gonna go for a triple actually. He wanted to go for a triple, but fortunately he kept hitting the wrong knight. That's another weird thing about the game. If you're not in the right angle, if your angle is just a little bit off, you could actually hit the other knight like that. It's weird. You just gotta have it set up right. I do apologize for the yawn as well. Ooh, it looks like Martz dropped the input. He wanted to just start R pumping as right off the bat, but he started to get away. He's gonna go into the hallway. Not gonna get a 1 cycle, unfortunately. Can't get a 2 cycle. Hopefully he'll go back into the armory room. He might end up going to the telephone room, which is slower, but he's nice enough to go back into the armory room. Thank the boo. Yeah. Alright, so getting that boo. Then we're gonna save warp again. Save warps are actually something, you know, it's more of like at least a couple years ago. That's when they started doing this. Before then, though, it was completely banned from doing any sort of save warp. But then they thought, they're like, hey, you know what? Nah, it's faster. Let's just save warp. And I kind of have to agree with them, you know, in some games like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, save warps are pretty common. So you'd figure for most games they would allow that. It really depends on the community in general. So yeah, we're going to be freezing this goo right here. I guess this toxic sludge or whatever. So we can walk across it, and you would figure we would actually just be sucking up these grabber ghosts, but no. What we already need to accomplish can be accomplished without doing that. So it's just a little bit faster just to not clear the room. So now we're going to go to the subjectively hardest game in the room, or subjectively hardest room in the game. I know English. The cold storage room, which is where Sir Weston is, and Sir Weston's already enough of a pain. On top of that, everything is covered in ice, so it makes the physics even worse. You slide across the ice, and he broke off, so that's going to be a 2 cycle right there. It's kind of hard to get a 1 cycle. It's really weird the way it works, but you can actually get in a 1 cycle. It's just, you really have to know the way Sir Weston works and like most of what he could do. And even still, sometimes you could miss it. Again, what I said with the thing being hard with the fact that everything's covered in ice is that you might end up like you saw iMartz just do right there. You might just like walk around the chest a couple times because he's trying to get to there, but he couldn't actually do it. And a Boo is also kind of hard to manage too. You have to like be near it and like do subtle movements every now and then, so you won't go too far away from it. Because if you go too far away from a Boo while R pumping, the further away you go will actually it'll make it so that you can't actually you'll basically lose some of the cackles. Which I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention with the R pump strat. Every time you R pump, the Boo does a cackle noise, and each Boo has 15 cackles. So at the most, you're looking at about 150 HP of just R pumping. Of course, at the right distance. You can't be too far away. At the same time, you kind of can't be too close, because if you are too close, sometimes he might move in a certain direction as you're R pumping, and you'll end up bonking into him. So you don't want to be too close, but you don't want to be too far away. If you learn that, you'll be able to manage just fine. We're now going to the final Portrait Ghost. Well, not really final Portrait Ghost, but the final one on the Game Boy Horror, at least. The final Portrait Ghost that won't be the end of the game. So this dude's named Van Gogh, and he's a French artist. You're seeing all these normal ghosts on the paintings, so basically Van Gogh is the reason behind all of these normal ghosts being in the mansion. So now he's like, yo, I'm painting a chest. What do you want? Alright. So I guess if you're here now, I guess we'll just play a minigame. So he's going to bring life to his paintings, which is these ghosts. And they each spawn 3 of each of the ghosts that is on the painting. So you can get them in an easy triple. Some of them are a bit harder than others to try to get the triple because of the hitboxes, especially the grabber ghost is also the hardest one to get, considering the fact that they're long and lanky. The hitboxes are weird. Managed to get it just fine. Getting the garbage ghost triple. So he had a really good Van Gogh. That was a really nice garbage ghost triple. Okay, so pretty much with those ghosts, some of them can like go off in the other direction, so you'll like end up taking a bit longer to try to suck them up. Since one of them being in the other direction, the way you're tapping will be in the way of that one that's just off to the side right there. So when they're all in one spot, you can just get them all in the same time. So it's, again, that's really nice. And the Boo in this room can only hide in 2 spots, and that is the shelf that he just knocked on, and he's actually just switched back into the shelf. There's also a kind of like a sitting stool in the bottom left corner of the room. And this Boo has 300 HP, so 2 cycle optimum. That's what you can do. That's the most you can do, actually. Okay, so he didn't want to go right into the room. Okay, so he's going to go out to the hallway, losing just a little bit more time. Alright, so pretty much what happens is that whenever a Boo goes onto the hallway and he actually pops through the wall, then you go into the hallway, his cackles reset. So when he goes back into the wall, oh, he left at 0. Oh my god. So pretty much with this Boo, he can only go back into the Van Gogh room. I guess that was the way he was programmed. He cannot go into the Toy Soldiers room, which is actually quite nice. Quite convenient. Unlike, you know, the any of the other ghosts in the attic, except for the Safari room. Both of the Boos on the right side of the attic actually have it lucky. They're not lucky, but I mean, you know, it's quite nice. They can only go back in their origin room. So now we have all 40 Boos that we need to progress to the end of the game. Not only that, we got the Van Gogh key. So now we can unlock the final door. So now we're going to get to the end of the game, and we're going to be fighting. Oof, he got hit by the Exploder Ghost, otherwise sometimes known as Dora the Exploder. I think that was coined by Death Johnson, who's a pretty cool runner. So yeah, also my water heater just shut off, so that'll be a bit less of an annoyance on the stream. So he's looking to get about a 1 hour at 2 minute and 4 second time with a 2 cycle. So at best, that's what we're be getting is a 1 hour 102.04. So let's hope we can go for that. So Clairvoyant actually let us know about this earlier, but the fact that Bowser is closely working with King Boo. So now, essentially what this is King Boo is in a Bowser suit, and he's just kind of like controlling him, I guess. It's not actually legitimate Bowser. It's just a suit. He's just like doing a thing. So you can see you pop his head off, and he still works, but like you're also looking at King Boo. Notice that his head's flown off, but he's shooting you with ice balls, and he has no eyes. He has no pupils actually, or any iris or anything. He only has the corneas over his eyes. That's the only thing that's shown. And so what Martz would have wanted there is about like a 250 or less. So he got. I didn't quite catch what he got, but I'm pretty sure he can get a 2 cycle. 244, he can still get a 2 cycle. You got hit with the ice, it might be a 2 cycle. Okay, so because of that little mishap, I think he choked the 2 cycle. Yeah, alright, so so that sucks. So now because King Boo went in at under 200 HP, Bowser's head went on backwards, so he just walked around. He ran around the stage a little bit, which is kind of slower. So yeah, and he's finishing up with a 1 hour 2 minute and 34 second time. Congratulations to iMartz3. That was great. That was nice. He showed us essentially what it means to go fast in this game. If he wants to come in for a quick interview, he can do so. I would encourage it. Just talk about the race, talk about the run, how it went. And also, iMartz will be moving on to, let's see, he can be moving on to, what is this considered? Moving on to losers round 4 against the winner of Joven3 and Mr. Afroman 20. Hello, iMartz. Welcome to the chat. How was your run? How do you feel?
Hello. Well, I really don't know how I feel. That run was a very, very good example of what not to do at a speed run.
Yeah. You still pulled through, though. You still pulled through fine.
Yeah, definitely. It's really, unfortunate that Yoshiboy decided to forfeit.
Yeah, he like I said earlier, he could have, if he wanted to. I guess he didn't think about it at the time, but he could have gone into like Neville's room or something and got the boo there, and then come back.
Yeah, exactly.
From that, but yeah, I guess he just didn't think about it at the time, so unfortunately he had to forfeit. But yeah, that was a pretty nice run. Anything else you'd like to say about it?
Yeah, just that it was a pretty fun run, and I just hope that everybody watching will really enjoy the run and learn a little bit about Luigi's Mansion if you didn't.
Yeah, I hope I gave some insightful commentary as to some of the things in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So yeah, thanks. So yeah, again, you'll be moving on to losers round 4 against the winner of Joven3 and Mr. Afroman 20. So looking forward to that. And then whoever wins that will go against me. So that's gonna be fun.
That should be nice.
Yeah. So yeah. I guess that was it. Anything else you might want to add before we head off?
Not at all. Thank you so much for watching again, and thank you for the commentating, Glitch.
Alright, yeah, no problem. This has been great. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you. Actually, wait, before I end off, let me just see the schedule real quick. So we have a match tomorrow, starting off at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, between Mini 352 and HT Delta on Speed Gaming 5. Unfortunately, I think for most of the day, actually for tomorrow, I won't be able to commentate. Be going out because it'll be my birthday. But anyways, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. Hopefully, we'll get some other commentators in here. And yeah, make sure to look forward to tomorrow. We're also having at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow as well, Eastern Time, Mr. Afterman 20 versus Joven. So I'll be moving the losers bracket even faster. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in tomorrow.
Take care.
So yeah, peace.